Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can design the automation framework from scratch with this Playwright tool, and we are going to follow this page object model design pattern. So basically, we'll start from the scratch, like what are the things that we have to consider while implementing this Playwright test automation or any test automation tool, and what are the importance of having some uh, discussion during the design phase. So we will talk about that, and let's see how we can implement the folder structure. So it is very important to have some discussion during the initial phase of the framework designing, just to understand what kind of your automation requirement is and what kind of your application behavior it is. And based on that, you select the tool, right? So once you select the tool, basically you need to analyze like what are the common pitfalls in the test automation and how we can avoid them in during the initial phase itself, like test data issues, how we can avoid those hard coded data. If I want to run the test case with the data driven approach, then how where my test data will be reside in the test automation framework, and how those test data will be retrieved and pass it to the test method. So those kind of discussion we really need when we are going to start with the test automation framework designing. And also it is very important to understand the requirement first, because you don't want to end up with the some additional features that framework provides but you are not going to use in the test automation, right? So you don't want to be in that certain in that condition. So that's why it's really important to have some understanding on your application first, and then the knowledge on the tool, and then list down the common pitfalls, and then identify how you can avoid those pitfalls using the best practices. Okay. So as you can see, this is the folder structure that Playwright provides by default once you install on your local machine. So what we are going to do next is we are going to create a folder structure. Okay. So let's understand our target application. So for target application, I'm going to use the source demo website. So let me show you that. So as you can see, this is our target application. So here, what I'm going to do is I will log in with the user. So there are the username available here. So and the password is here, secret sauce. So what I'm going to do first, I'll check manually what are the pages I am interacting with, so that I will identify those pages and will create a page objects for the same. So once I log in this, basically I'm getting this error message. Okay, standard user. So maybe there is some issue with the password. Okay. So once I log in into the application, so basically there is a home page, inventory.html page, and this page has a lot of products which we can add to the cart, then purchase it, then we can check out this product, and then we can enter the details and all. So as I can see, I have to interact with the multiple pages. One first is the login page, then the inventory page once you logged in successfully, and then you can add the product. Then this is the checkout page, and then once you enter this, then you will be landed to the payment page. Okay. So this is the application which we are going to automate and see how we can implement this page object model design pattern with this Playwright tools. Okay. So let's start with the designing the folder structure first. So this is the default folder structure that Playwright provides. So what we are going to do, we are going to okay, let me create a file here. Okay, so for now, I'm going to use this page object model design pattern. So for page object model design pattern, I need to have this page object folder where I will keep all my pages, like login page, and then inventory page, and then there is a checkout page, for example, right, which I just showed you in the demo. Okay, now we have this page objects. Okay, so for page objects, so how this page object will interact, means how we are going to use this page object. So basically from test folder we are going to call this page objects, and then page objects basically will call the playwright API to perform some action. Okay, so if I want some data, if I want to uh, run some test cases using data driven approach, so for that I need a data folder to keep test data in the form of JSON or CSV file, or you can say Excel, and data like to upload uh, some files like file.png. Okay, so these kind of data we are going to add inside, under this data folder, and this data will be basically will uh, pass to the page classes with the help of this test. Okay, so basically what will happen, so data will basically, we are going to read the data in the test layer, and the test layer basically pass this data to the page object class. Okay, page class. Okay, now this page class will basically use this data to perform action on UI with the help of Playwright APIs, right? So this is how the flow will be for my test case scenario. So that's why I have the clarity, like what are the folder structure that I need. So in a similar way, you have to analyze your application first. You need to understand your testing requirements. So next folder will be okay. Next we need config folder, where we are going to keep all the global config files, which will basically config files like cloud. If you want to run your test case on cloud platform like Source Lab or Browser Stack, so for that we need a some cloud-based configuration, so that we can keep inside this config folder. And then we need what next. Okay, we'll write some wrapper methods to help us to interact with the web application, or to help us in the test automation. So for that we need a wrapper method. So wrapper methods we are going to keep inside this lives folder. So I'm just giving the standard name which in JavaScript developers follow. Okay. So the next is the report folder. You might be thinking the report folder, why I'm not creating this report folder. So report folder is something that the automation test script will be creating. It shouldn't be me creating this folder and then checking this folder inside this my repository. I don't want that, right? So instead, the automation will create this folder during once the execution will be completed, and the CI pipeline will publish this report on the CI build itself. Means this test report folder is not required here. Means we don't need to create this test report folder. This is something that script will take care of it. Okay. Now moving on. So let's create this folder, and we'll see like if we need any further folder, and we'll create it here. Okay. So let's create this folder. First, we are going to create the page objects. Then we need, okay. Then we need this lives folder. Then we need this data folder, and also we need this config folder. Okay. So if you see, now we have the complete structure. So maybe I can delete this work in progress folder. Okay. So now we have this complete. Let me remove this one. Okay, so now we have this complete folder structure. The one thing is missing here, and that is the readme file. Okay, and readme file is very important to have in the test automation in any repository. Yeah. So basically this file will give you the more information about your project, like what is this project is all about, and what the features this feature or capabilities this framework or this project is providing, and how to set up and install this. So this is going to help you in the project test automation, and if you're creating a personal project, so there also it is going to help you to give you the information like how you when you started with the test automation, how did you install this playwright, and what are the things that you have considered while writing this test automation framework. So this is very important file to have in our project repository, to give you just to give you the information about this project. Okay. So this is what I wanted to cover as part of this video. So in next video we are going to see like how I can implement this page object model design pattern for this source demo application. Thank you.